Hey crew, I'm your instructor Shea, and welcome to your 10-minute CityRow stretch class. With CityRow, you get cardio, strength, mobility, endurance, and stretching. Everything you need. Speaking of stretching, in our stretch classes, we focus on movements that improve flexibility and increase range of motion to decrease risk of injury and make you an even better rower. These are movements that we commonly do both at the end of every workout and in our stretch classes. Let's get started. So I'm gonna have you come to the knees. I think hip flexors get a lot of tightness when we row and just in life. So let's start with hip flexor. Take your right foot forward. I do want you to tuck your back toe. So what do you naturally do? We go like this, right? That's not what I want. I want it to be a little bit deeper, a little bit more precise. Put both hands on your thigh. Now, tuck your tailbone just a little and squeeze your left butt cheek. You're already feeling the front of your hip. Now I want you to just slightly come forward. Whoo, you should feel that right away. Now breathe into it. Your psoas comes all the way up. We're feeling that hip flexor. That's psoas. Are you breathing? Good. And back off of it for a second. So release that squeeze of your glute and then come back into it. Tuck the tailbone. Squeeze your left butt. Slightly come forward. Yeah, so we need a lot of hip flexor and extensor control when we row. But think about, you drive all day. You might sit at a desk. That's a lot of crunched hip flexor. And back off of it, which also leads to posture issues, back issues, everything. So come into it one more time. Scoop, tuck, slightly lean. You probably aren't seeing anything happen in me, but you can feel it. Now, I want you to keep that scoop. Take your hands one on top of the other. Now, squeezing the midline of your body, which means your inner thighs, take a rotation towards your front leg, wringing out your waistline, feeling that thoracic spine. Your hands are, or your eyes, I should say, are following your elbows. Twist a little bit deeper and come back to center. Let's take a hamstring since we're already here. Push your hips back and stretch your front leg, flexing your front foot. Now, if you don't have a ton of hamstring mobility, grab something that you can put your hands on, like blocks, a book, really anything. But if you have that range, your hands can lightly touch the ground. Now, again, what do I always see when we stretch? We go like this, yeah? I want it to be more about posture and hitting all three of those hamstrings. So your hamstring has three little sections, right? So notice if you're going towards the big toe, towards the pinky toe, or right in the middle, like your foot was up against a wall. And come out of it for a second, however you want to go. And then come back. So extend the tailbone out long, extend the crown of your head. If we don't stretch, we will not be primed and ready for our next workout. Your body's only gonna suffer. We have to be able to lengthen out our muscles after working them super hard. And come off of it. You will be a better rower, I swear. And come back into it last time. Think again, tailbone out, crown of your head out, rib cage in. 5, 4, 3, 2, let it go. Whew, hamstrings are gnarly. They're tough for me. Let's just do those on the other side. So switch it around, left foot forward, get your balance, tuck your back toe, hands onto your thigh. Scoop through your tailbone, tuck just a little, right butt cheek squeezed, and come forward gently. Whew, breathe. It's that pull that comes all the way up. And I say pull not in like you're pulling a muscle, but you feel it. You feel that kind of pulling sensation in this stretch. And back off of it. Woo! And come back into it. I'm also guilty of not staying in stretches long enough. 10 minutes doesn't seem like a very long time, but it really gives you an ample amount of time to hold each stretch long enough to get the benefits. I think 10 minutes is a perfect amount of time to tack on to the end of class. Maybe you do this on a recovery day, a rest day. Back off of it. and come back into it. Maybe during lunch, if you're like, I need to move, I feel stiff. 10 minutes, we all have 10 minutes, right? And keep that tuck, arms crossed, and rotate towards that leg, squeezing your inner thighs. Eyes follow your elbow. Twist a little bit deeper and come out of it. Hamstring. So extend your leg, flex your foot. If you need that extra support, you take it. My fingertips are just resting. Ooh, now I notice on this side, I'm going towards my pinky toe. So that's definitely gonna be a sign that one side is tighter than the other. And come out of it for a moment, let it relax, and come back in. If you're sitting up all the way in between, that's totally fine. I'm just down here, so it's easier to kind of come forward. Oh yeah, my left is feeling much tighter than my right. And release. One more. Really think long posture, but ribs in. And relax. Good. Let's come to a seated position. Now sit up really, really tall on the highest part of your sit bones. Take one foot, I'm gonna start with the right, on top of your knee. So your shins are parallel to whatever's in front of you. They're nice and stacked. Now, if your knee is lifted, that's okay. But what we're gonna try and do is put that left hand down, actively press your right knee down gently, feeling that stretch in the outer glute. Again, if we sit a lot, if we have low back pain, part of your glutes, this part that we're stretching, are probably super tight. Breathe. Now, if this feels good and you want to get a little bit deeper, walk your hands just gently forward. Again, not rounding through your spine, tailbone out, head long. Woo! Breathe. Take your breath into the muscle that you're stretching. I know that sounds kind of kooky, but breathe into your right outer hip. And back off of it and switch. So feel a difference. Maybe you want to feel how your right feels compared to your left, and switch. Okay, make sure highest sit bones. Take your hand down, gently press that knee down, sitting up as tall as you can. Notice, are your shoulders hiking up to the ears? Is your neck tensing? Is your face tensing? I know it's probably a little bit uncomfortable, but don't put unnecessary tension in your body. Now, if this is feeling good, bring those arms slightly forward. Ooh, hello. Yeah. It's talking to me loudly. Breathe, breathe. One more breath. And gently come out of it. And let's come to hands and knees. Now, we are in the age where we are always on our computers, our phones, driving, anything that is here. So our upper back gets really tight. When we row, we're also reaching forward, right? So I want to correct that with some thoracic rotation. Come to all fours. Take your left hand behind your head. Now you're gonna let that elbow come to the ground. Now open all the way, look up towards your elbow, and then do that again on the same side one more time. So close it, open your upper back, and put your hand down. So you're doing 2 on each side each time. Elbow down, open. Whoo, breathe. And down. Once I started incorporating this into my daily routine, I really felt less tension in my head, neck, shoulders. One more time each side. Big open, try and make it a little bit deeper than before. And hand down. One more. So last time on this side to even ourselves out. And center. Find a child's pose. I like knees wide. That's going to be more for your hips. Knees together will be a little bit more for your low back. Take your right hand, thread it under, look towards it. So you can let that shoulder slightly open up, AKA your top shoulder. Now I want you to feel it a little differently. Square off your shoulders. You feel the back side of your arm. I feel my delt, my tricep, a little bit different areas when you square it off here. Take that arm out, find center, and hold it here. Kind of feel the difference. And left arm under, looking towards it. So starting with it a little bit more open. Now square it off. So your shoulders are square, you're feeling the back side of the arm a little bit different. And take that arm out. Take 2 big, deep breaths here. Let everything relax. One more. And come up, assess how you're feeling. I hope you enjoyed this stretch class. Download our app for a free trial to get access to all of our classes. We have multiple class types, lengths, and levels with new releases every day. I'll see you next time.